Hi, I'm Sabrina Register, Comcast Neighborhoods. Welcome to Tacoma. We're in an area today known as the Theater District, right along Broadway. It's home to the beautiful Pantages Theater, which opened its doors in 1918 as a live theater before being converted into a movie house. Coming up, we'll find out who's playing and performing at the Pantages this season. We'll also visit a local brewery which opened its doors in the 19th century in Tacoma, only to have Prohibition shut it down. It's now reopened and welcoming families. It's all coming up on Neighborhoods. A quick look along Broadway reveals some beautiful buildings. Mixed in among them, new businesses, and the combination makes this Tacoma neighborhood vibrant and popular. While aesthetically pleasing, it's the history contained in these stately structures that makes it even more appealing. The two standouts, the Rialto and the Pantages Theater, fall under the nonprofit Broadway Center for the Performing Arts.
The Broadway Center is the home of Tacoma's historic theater district, which includes the Pantages Theater, the Rialto Theater, Theater on the Square, and our outdoor space, Pierce Transit Park. And together there, we convene about 250,000 people a year in activities both inside and outside.
The Pantages first opened its doors in 1918. Alexander Pantages, known as Vaudeville King of the West, would put vaudevillians on the trains for days so West Coast audiences could experience live theater.
Vaudeville was the people's art form, before TV, before radio even. Vaudeville was the core of how people engaged in performing arts. And you could plunk down a nickel and come in and sit for 20-30 minutes, watch several artists, and take off again.
Vaudeville remained popular until talking pictures and Hollywood arrived on the scene. Pantages was then converted into a full-time theater and underwent a few name changes like the Orpheum and the Roxy. The curtain came down for what looked to be the last time, but the city of Tacoma stepped in and purchased the building in 1978. After a community effort restored it, Pantages reopened in 1983. A longtime tradition at the Pantages takes place Thanksgiving weekend.
This will be the 70th anniversary for our holiday tree lighting, and it's been a collaboration every single one of those years with Joint Base Lewis McChord. It all started at the end of World War II when the base wanted to say thank you to the citizens of Tacoma for being such great support during the war, and they gifted a tree that first year, and they've done it every single year. We light it up, we have military band here, it's free to the community, and we invite everybody to come.
Merry Christmas, everybody!
The Broadway Center brings in amazing artists and acts from around the world. It complements the schedule with outstanding homegrown offerings, like the Tacoma Symphony.
This is an incredibly historic theatre, and most of what we do is performing historic works. We often do world premieres and new things as well, but it's very fitting for us to perform works that are hundreds of years old and even beyond in this very, very beautiful theatre.
Sarah Ioannidis took the reins as music director in 2014. She's one of only a handful of female conductors.
Certainly, I'm very proud to be the music director in Tacoma of a great symphony, truly great symphony. There's always pressure when you have to perform, right? And you're only as good as your last performance, but we are building memories of many, many exciting performances. It's a great privilege for me to be in this position.
Whether it's taking in a passionate performance by renowned pianist Andreas Boyd or enjoying the sounds of some other classically trained artists, Ioannidis says music can be transformative.
And when I look out here to this theatre and I see people standing and cheering and loving what we're doing and talking to each other, it really builds that sense of togetherness about what is important.
Come see a performance at the Pantages. You'll be glad you did. Tucked away a few blocks from the Pantages, you'll find the only non-profit independent theater in Pierce County.
One of the things I love the most about the city is that it's kind of an insider city, that you don't really know the awesome things about the city until you get here and meet a few people. And the Grand Cinema is one of those places.
Showing first-run independent and foreign movies at prices lower than at the big multiplexes helps the theater fulfill its mission of promoting the art of film. Volunteers who lend a hand and a strong membership base help the Grand Cinema thrive. In the summer, the theater turns into a hands-on classroom where children learn about and experience movie making.
How to tell a story, they actually go through the casting process, they write something, they screen it, and then they edit it and get it up on the big screen and have a party with their family at the end of the week to watch it. So it's fun to kind of teach that appreciation to the next generation.
February is festive at the Grand Cinema when film enthusiasts celebrate the best of the best.
We do a live broadcast of the Academy Awards and we roll out the red carpet and have our own paparazzi. And so it just really brings that excitement of Hollywood to Tacoma. Everybody gets dressed up and we do our own predictions of who's going to win. And it's just a really fun time to celebrate film together as a community.
Celebrate community and first-run films at the Grand Cinema. A community tradition in Tacoma turns 25.
You're very welcome. You have a wonderful day.
The Tacoma Farmers Market features some 90 vendors, far different from its humble beginnings.
Tacoma, as many people know, 25 years ago was really struggling. So when people said, we think bringing a farmers market to revitalize the downtown core was crazy. They thought it'll never make it, you'll never do it. And so it was 2 women and they would not give up. And so they started 25 years ago with just a handful of vendors. They asked 100 of their friends to come with $10 to spend, and that's how it started.
These days, visitors can pick up brilliant bouquets, delicious organic produce, even fruits like cherries and peaches from Eastern Washington, and crafts.
And we also have artisan crafters that come and hot food vendors. So we love to have people come for lunch and shop for dinner.
Shoppers include seniors and SNAP participants who get to stretch their dollars as part of an effort to put fresh food on every family table. As the market reflects on its past success,
awesome vendors, great customers, it's just been a fabulous year.
It welcomes the next 25 years and invites you to get to know your farmer and the great food she grows. A new neighbor in the town is really an old favorite in the area.
Every day people come in and they go, is this the same as Lakewood, the award-winning BuzzFeed Maple Bar Before You Die institution? Yes, it is, and they're so happy, so it's great.
Great to be recognized as the original House of Doughnuts. Peterson says there used to be a Tacoma location back in the 1960s in addition to the Lakewood store. So when he took over the business a few years ago, he decided to return here.
We're back now. We're excited to be back here and love Tacoma. It's a great community.
Please get a blueberry and a maple.
Customers can choose between tried and true favorites or seasonal ones like the peanut butter and jelly donut. No way I was leaving empty-handed. I love cake donuts.
So we have a number of different types, all made fresh every day by hand.
What's this one?
That's our maple with chocolate on a devil's food chocolate cake.
You guys are known for maple.
Why don't you try? Give it a bite. Let's see how you do.
Oh my gosh, this is so good. Diet's definitely up. I mean, the rest of it. It really is good. Red velvet or raspberry, maple or mint chocolate. They're all handmade at the original House of Doughnuts. One newcomer to the neighborhood actually got its start in the late 1800s. Pacific Brewing and Malting Company opened its doors in 1897, only to have them closed by Congress.
Pacific Brewing and Malting became one of the largest breweries in the state up until statewide prohibition at the end of 1915. Very few people know that prohibition in the state of Washington was 4 years before national prohibition. That effectively shut it down until 2014 when we reopened.
In only a year, Pacific has brewed up excitement for its offerings.
Our normal lineup is a couple of West Coast IPAs. We have one traditional single IPA, and then we have a double IPA called the Dirty Scoog. which is named after a speakeasy here in Tacoma during Prohibition. We have our Grit City Porter, and an homage to the original brewery called 1897 Pale Lager.
Pacific Brewing focuses solely on beer, so have food delivered or bring your own grub. Even crock pots are welcome. And bring the family. A craft crawl encourages visits to 15 South Sound breweries, Pacific among them.
This year has been a whirlwind, and I'm looking forward to many more years there in downtown Tacoma.
The Tacoma Theater District has a robust core of arts-minded organizations, complemented by businesses that enjoy being part of a cultural yet comfortable community. For Neighborhoods, I'm Sabrina Register.